Yo, I am getting the fourth and first ending now. I'm following a guide, but other than that, I don't really know anything. Apparently you need to play through the rooms with the keys, like X'd out here. So I think they said you need to go through here first and then go back here and like do all these. But otherwise, I'm just gonna edit out and post what isn't new, but it seems like this is new because Lotus is telling us about her cybersecurity job.
So you enter 1 plus 1. The screen will show you 2. See? Isn't that strange?
No, not really.
Oh, come on now. Of course a caveman like you would think it was strange. You said so just a minute ago. You're just not getting it, are you? Who calculated 1 plus 1?
The main computer, right? You said it connected to the monitor wirelessly.
Yeah, but someone who grew up in a cave wouldn't know that, right? They'd probably think that this thing here, the monitor, is doing the calculating. And once they've decided that, they'll start examining this monitor. They might poke the screen or something. Ah, I see the color changes when I press it here. Then they might investigate the hardware on the inside. Oh, I see. So this wire supplies the power.
I like Lotus's caveman talk.
Eventually, they might even cut the wires. Ah, yes. Just as I expected. When this wire is cut, no results appear. Therefore, it must be this device which does the calculations.
Wow.
But the truth is that, just like you said, the computer is doing the calculating. But these cave people wouldn't know that, because they have no idea that the monitor and the computer are connected wirelessly.
So, what are you trying to say?
Nothing, really. It's just, I thought maybe, what if the relationship between human beings and our brains is like that?
Oh, I don't like that.
Huh?
Well, let's say you stick a bunch of electrodes into parts of the brain. A scientist examining the signals they send out might say, interesting. So stimulating this part of the brain causes the person to see colors. That must mean this neuron cluster controls that function. Okay, let's see what happens when I cut out this part. Ah, just what I thought. Cutting off this part causes that function to cease.
So it's like that's the power cord, but what's really having a thought is something different.
Therefore, human thought processes must occur in the human brain. See? Doesn't it sound the same? Maybe the brain is just an output device, like this monitor. Maybe our thought processes actually occur somewhere else, in a main body. We just don't know it. We never even think about it. Just like those cave people wouldn't know about wireless communications, we can't imagine that there's some unknown medium that transfers information into our brains, where we experience that information as thoughts.
The brain is just an output device. Human thought actually occurs somewhere else. That's just crazy talk.
Maybe that's the cause of Seven's amnesia. If memory is actually stored somewhere else, in some sort of main body somewhere, maybe he hasn't forgotten anything at all. He's just having a difficult time accessing his memories because the monitor, his brain, has been damaged.
Huh.
This reminds me of a conversation I had with this girl who believed in like flat earth theory.
I suppose that would explain aphasia and blindsight too.
I was like,
Perhaps they actually can speak or see. The monitor just isn't functioning properly. I guess people with prosopagnosia could be suffering from the same thing.
Wait a minute. What?
What? You've never heard of prosopagnosia?
No. What is it?
Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's or even yours. So they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to. Usually they can make do by associating people with other things. Their voices, their clothes, their hair.
Does that mean other people's faces look like blanks?
No, I don't think so. Well, you've seen monkeys, like in a zoo, right? To you and me, all the monkey faces look the same, even though they've obviously got faces. It's almost impossible for a human to distinguish between them. The zoo staff that works with them will learn to identify different monkeys eventually. But you or I couldn't, unless one had a scar or something else to set it apart. But that's how people would be to someone with prosopagnosia.
Prosopagnosia. Huh. I didn't even know that kind of thing existed. And, what were we talking about?
The idea that your brain is just an output device, like a monitor.
Are you serious about that stuff?
Not really. I was just kidding about half of it.
What about the other half?
Well, I guess I was just adulting.
Not funny.
It's nothing more than a story I made up out of boredom. Take it seriously.
Drop exposition to I'm just kidding. True
It's the
combo.
first thing that came to mind, and I just talked about it to kill time. But looks like I don't need to talk anymore.
Why?
And I don't have to kill time any longer.
Boom.
Oh, then you finished that brute whatever thing?
I certainly did. And let's see what we got. Piece of cake.
The screen changed again. What the hell is that?
No idea. Looks like a puzzle.
Huh?
This is new.
Did you hear him say, like, anything weird?
Huh? Well, let me think. Sorry, Clover. I can't really think of anything.
He says.
I mean, he did mention that his hearing exceeds that of a regular person, or something like that, but that's about it.
Okay.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hmm?
Look, I don't know if I should ask you things, but if you don't mind, I was hoping you could tell me is Snake, was he
born to your mom?
You're talking about his eyes?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, he wasn't born blind. When he was a kid, he got in an accident. A really bad car accident. He couldn't see after that. And his arm.
His arm?
Yeah.
Oh, so we learn about his arm earlier now. I actually don't remember if we've already seen Snake.
My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm. It's fake. It's not a real arm. The accident hurt him really bad. To save him, they had to cut off his arm.
Oh.
Is that all you wanted to ask me?
Look, I'm sorry for making you talk about all that painful stuff.
It's not that.
Here.
Whoa.
Nice catch.
Jeez. I see. So this is Jupiter.
I'm gonna let you hold on to that, alright?
Yeah, on it.
Well, I've got something for you too then. Here, it's the Saturn key card. We found it in the kitchen. I might lose it. It's probably better if you hold on to it. That way it won't be my fault if it gets lost.
Yeah, on it.
So how many unused keys do we have now?
There's the Earth key we found in the laboratory. The Jupiter key you just gave me. And the Saturn key card from Lotus. I'll keep them safe.
The Jupiter key is supposed to be for the door at the end of that long, straight hallway, right?
Yeah. If the map's right, then it connects to the central staircase. Then, next to the stairs...
Wait! What about door 3?
Look, you saw the map, right? It's the same as 7 and 8. Just lead us back to the big hospital. There's no point to seeing what's on the other side of that door.
But
There is a point. At least there is for me.
oh.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Snake.
Snake might be on the other side of door 3.
I don't know where
Very
Snake
well.
is.
I'll be coming with you then.
I don't know if he's in the coffin or he's somewhere naked, because
I've had a night.
Naked
So
Snake.
Seven, you'll help me, won't you?
Huh? Me?
So I accidentally skipped a really awkward conversation between Junpei and June about Junpei thinking she was talking about sex. And somehow it's continuing.
Huh?
At any rate, we should probably go back as soon as we can, once we're done looking around down here. Lotus and Santa might already be back.
Is that it? That was really the only new dialogue. So I've been told that this is a very ominous safe that I should be touching twice. It's is safe. Safe, huh? Apparently that was literally all we had to do. I'm back. Santa's about to tell us something. I hope it's not about Black Santa again.
There was this experiment some scientists did with rats.
Apparently not.
First, they took a squarish C-shaped tank and filled it with enough water that the rats could drown in it. The tank has 2 exits. Just to make it easy, we'll call one A and the other B. Exit A is pitch black, so dark even a rat can't see anything. But exit B is electrified, which means the rat can't leave through it. So, what would a rat do if it was put in this situation?
Does a rat have enough circumstantial knowledge to understand that they can't escape through B?
Which exit would the rat choose?
B, of course. The rat has no way of knowing that exit B is electrified.
Ace is saying what I'm thinking.
Exactly. Rat goes to exit B. Of course, like I said, it's electrified, which means the rat can't get out that way. So, after a lot of trial and error, the rat finally finds exit A.
I can't say that's very interesting or relevant. It's simply the story of a laboratory experiment.
You're right. It isn't very interesting. Yet. See, these scientists repeated this experiment over
And eventually rats started choosing exit A.
using hundreds of different rats over
Psychic
several
rats.
generations. This produced some surprising results. With each generation, the rats took less time to find the correct exit.
Were the rats British?
Eventually, a rat was put in the tank who instantly chose exit A without even attempting to go to exit B. But that wasn't the most impressive part. The same experiment was conducted in another laboratory, far from the original one, with the same results. No, on second thought, the results weren't really the same.
10%.
The rats in this second experiment began the trials with significantly faster times than the first rats in the initial one. These rats weren't related to the others and had never even come in contact with them. And yet,
Maybe they're buddies.
they all easily found their way to exit A as though they already knew. What did it mean?
Are you suggesting something like telepathy? They were passing information to one another through some undetectable medium?
How the hell would I know?
Then why are you bringing it up?
I'm not any kind of scientist. I don't know what made him do that. But I do know that story's true. And if you've got another explanation, I'd sure love to hear it. Come on, let's get going. There's still a lot here we haven't checked out. And we gotta get the hell out of here before June passes out.
Hey, wait. There's something I want to ask you.
What?
Why did they use that tank for the experiment?
Huh?
Well, I mean, it seems like you could conduct the same experiment without the water. They could have just used a dry box, you know? If they needed to motivate the rats to escape, they could have... I don't know.
They needed to make the mice feel like they were in mortal danger so they could use their psychic
Put
powers.
some bait by exit B or something. I mean, do they really have to make it so the rats can drown?
You know, the word emergency comes from the same root as the word emerge.
E equals 14.
You ever think about that?
There's similar memes in Danganronpa.
Huh? Well, an emergency is something urgent, often something dangerous. And to emerge means to sort of come out, or appear, or rise out of something else. So what's going to emerge in an emergency? Inspiration.
Inspiration?
Yeah. Think about it. When the chips are down, either you crack or your mind focuses and pulls up what you need.
So in an emergency, your real potential emerges. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's why the rats had to drown. They had to be in danger. There had to be an emergency for inspiration to emerge.
Oh. Well said, Junpei. We're getting all of the Santa exposition, apparently.
So I had to be like her dad. And that meant that I bought her Christmas presents every year. Christmas Eve, I'd leave the present next to her pillow. And the next morning, she'd come running into my room with this big smile. Look, look, Santa left me a present. He got me that doll I really wanted. I'm so glad he got my letter. She was always so excited. I was the one who told her to write those letters. I'd say, write down something you want and mail it to Santa. The address I gave her was somewhere in Northern Europe that doesn't exist. Anyway, she'd write the letter and stamp it and send it out. And then a few days later, it'd show up back in her mailbox marked address unknown. I'd open the letters before she figured out they'd been sent back. Once I had the letter, I'd go around to a couple stores with some money I'd saved up over the year and buy her the stuff she'd asked for. It took a lot of saving, but I managed to buy her presents every year.
Huh.
But one year, her letter was different.
I'm sorry for calling you dumb, Santa. I mean, it's true, but like, I still feel bad.
She didn't write a list of toys she wanted or anything like that. Instead, it said, I don't want any presents this year. Instead, I want you to make my wish come true. My wish is that we'll be happy like this for a really, really long time. That was it. Nothing else. But I couldn't make that wish come true. Some Santa I am.
What happened?
She died.
Jesus.
She was killed 9 years ago.
Oh.
All right, let's go.
That.
Huh?
Hey, what are you two doing? Let's get moving, come on!
Well. 2 a.m. depression.
I'm sorry, I gotta go check on her. You finish the box thing, alright? Just put the cards in the boxes. I'm counting on you. Are you alright?
I was joking
What happened?
about it the first time, but does Ace actually not know the numbers? In which case, we are kindred spirits.
Can you stand?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm fine. I just tripped.
Don't give me that. Now is not the time.
But it's true. I tripped over a box.
Just let me see for a sec.
Huh.
You're still warm.
I saw her fall. I think she really did just trip on something, you know? Still, to fall down like that? I think she's probably still a little messed up.
Alright, well, let's just get out of here as fast as we can so we can get you to a hospital.
Oh, I don't think it's anything that serious. I just need a little medicine and some sleep, and I'll be fine.
Medicine. Medicine, huh? Well, if we could get in touch with anyone outside, I'll bet Ace could swing that for you easy.
Ace? Why?
Huh? Don't you know? He's the president of a pharmaceutical company.
Really now? What do you happen to know the name of the pharmaceutical company?
Cradle Pharmaceuticals is the name, I think. Their flagship product is an anesthetic drug called Soparil.
Soparil. Soparil? I've heard of that before somewhere.
Soparil. It's
Yes.
an anesthetic that's a gas at room temperature. A lot like how nitrous oxide is. It takes only a few seconds to spread, and even a small amount is very effective.
Oh, I just realized that that's totally what they use to kidnap us.
A bunch of countries quickly accepted it for widespread use within their police and military forces.
That's messed up.
It was an effective crowd suppressant and room clearer. It was practical, ethical, and the humane nature of it made it the ideal drug.
I don't know about that one.
It's been around for about 6 years. They developed it from the extracts of several different roots. It became popular almost as soon as it was made public, with many governments placing large orders. Demand for Soparil skyrocketed. And of course that meant Cradle Pharmaceuticals stock did too.
Invest in Cradle.
Why do you know all of this?
I heard it from the old man himself.
From Ace? When?
Oh.
By the number 4 door at the central stairway, when we were searching the second class room. Remember how Snake, 7, and you went to door 5? It was back then. I asked him what he did for a living, and he said he ran his own company. After that, we just started talking, and I guess it just came up.
Wait.
You know?
Does he run the pharmaceutical?
Huh.
Are you worried about something?
No, nothing.
Ace.
What the hell is he doing? June, don't push yourself, alright?
Yes.
Santa, could you take care of her? I'll go check on Ace. Looks like he's having trouble.
Sure.
What are you doing? What happened?
Nothing. My vision has gotten rather blurry, I think, because of fatigue. I can't see very well at the moment.
What can't you see well?
These pictures. I don't care to admit it, but I may be developing presbyopia.
That's relevant.
Growing old is a difficult thing. At any rate, I'll leave the rest to you. I'm feeling awfully tired, so if you don't mind, I'd like to rest for a bit.
We're not kindred spirits. He's getting old. I'm just dumb.
How could simply looking at cards have tired him out? But if it wasn't, what had made him so uncomfortable?
Prosopagnosia. Well, puts in other words. So they that means
Yep.
Maybe he's got prosopagnosia? Huh. Well, he looks depressed enough to have it.
Is that the precursor?
Oh well. Time to solve the 9 boxes puzzle.
Alright.
Ace's card